as much electricity as possible. Or
Maybe. It's a good idea.
be careful. Don't take it and run with it.
With the sun being blocked out, there's undead everywhere crawling up out of the oceans onto the islands and presumably the mainlands too. And yeah, you guys managed to get back to the Nautilus, defeat the hag, and Adrian, you have the heartstone of the hag in your possession. You were going to lock it away somewhere, I think, or make sure it couldn't revive itself.
Yeah, that's basically what I was planning.
Yeah. And let's see, what else? Okay, I think that's pretty much everything that happened last session. So, alright, let's take it off from here. What do you guys do at this point?
So remind me where we are again. This is
We are on the Nautilus
on the ship.
at the moment.
Yeah, okay. But we're still in the void as far as that goes.
You're still on the plane of transformation.
Yeah.
The biggest, baddest storm elemental has surrounded the ship in a storm of itself and is keeping it contained. Adrian, your cage spell is keeping the ship from taking any damage from this at the moment.
Okay.
So there's crashes of lightning and thunder all around. In the midst of that swirling storm cloud, an electric blue eye, a glowing eye, will appear at the side of the ship, at the side of the cage around the ship, and blink at you at the captured ship.
Cool. Can we call him Nagilum?
Huh?
Can we call him Nagilum? As in Star Trek Next Generation, Nagilum.
I don't know.
Do you already have a name for him? Because otherwise I'd like to call him that. Because let's call it that, whatever it is.
Okay. Alright. A thundering voice will rumble. It seems like you have captured the ship, so now you must fulfill your promise and free Ras from wherever he is contained. Rumble, rumble, rumble.
Sorry guys, that is me back.
That's not a problem. I went on without you, but hopefully I didn't screw everything up.
Oh, that's alright. What did I miss of the going on with me then?
Say again?
What's that?
What, sorry?
We have found ourselves floating in this plane of transformation, and there's a gigantic eye staring at us outside the cage. Outside the caged ship. Caged ship.
Okay.
And the eye is arising from the storm that has surrounded the ship and contained it in place. Phoenix, you will probably remember that this is the one of the elementals that you contacted when you sat on the throne of transformation way back at the castle and asked it to surround the ship and hold it in place.
All right.
Okay. Phoenix waves. Hi there, Sky Dragon. Look, we got control of the ship. I can make it crash down now if I wanted to, or send it on its way, just like I said I could. Be in awe. Or at least mild respect.
Yeah.
The eye will blink slowly and say that you promised to free Ras. Hopefully you're not going to flee before doing that.
I promised that the getting this airship back would be a step towards freeing Ras. And I still intend to do because, you see, this... I point to the corpse of the she-witch. Thing's master is the lich. And the lich, I have reason to suspect, is linked to the disappearance of Ras. Surely you've heard of the evil that is the lich.
I can't say that I have. Nope. Don't recall the lich.
Huh. Genuinely was not banking on that, Phoenix says, kind of scratching his head. Okay. Well, basically they're about so big, they're one of her exes. I point over at Adrian. They had a fling. Don't ask. Ugh, he shudders. Undead powers trying to wipe out one of the planes of existence. Still not ringing any bells?
Not in my sphere of existence, no. Perhaps among some of the other elementals that may have heard of this evil lich, but not me.
Well, perhaps. Well, either way, we need to track them down, and I think they'll have answers for what happened to Ras.
Track down whom?
The Lich. The Lich will have answers.
Yes.
I even know where they are. I bring out the map and show them the temporal location of where we were meant to be going, but that we needed the ship for getting to that place in outer space that wasn't quite outer space, but kind of was.
Okay. The storm elemental will slowly draw itself back in, kind of releasing your ship from its enveloping form and coalesce into a enormous dragon with feathery eagle wings instead of the bat wings, and it will gaze down at the ship with its glowing blue eyes. And it will say, well, if you have your course all set, then I suppose I will not hinder you from leaving.
Thanks, Guy. When we come, we'll be sure to bring you a souvenir or something, okay?
Like maybe Ras.
Don't be ridiculous, Adrian. People are not souvenirs. We've spoken about this. That's called kidnapping and is a crime. We're going to free Ras and bring up object-based souvenir.
Right. On the note of kidnapping, are you going to make me dismantle our levitation orbs before I release the ship from the cage?
What do you mean?
Because as you recall, all the levitation orbs are now like little air sprites that are being tortured to keep the ship aloft.
Phoenix looks at you blankly with a look of utter horror because, whilst I recall that, in character, Phoenix was not aware of this.
You didn't know
what?
this. Well, don't.
Adrian? Are you telling me we've been flying around under slave-powered, brutally tortured fairies this entire time?
Not for very long. It was only since Raga took the ship over. I think they were just like magical orbs before.
Okay. Sky, you still?
The dragon heaves a huge sigh and circles back around. What?
We need to free some of your fellow elementals, and ideally, if you could give us a mode of transportation that doesn't feature horrendous slave labor, it kicks the corpse. That would be much appreciated.
He noses closer and peers at the captured elementals on the side of the ship, and just kind of shrugs and, well, if they got themselves captured, then that's their fate. I don't care about those little tiny sprites.
Okay. But I didn't ask you if you cared about them. I told you, I'm freeing them, and we need another method of transportation, otherwise we're just going to have to rely on a whole lot of horse.
Adrian, are you okay with releasing these creatures?
No.
They seem to be a...
If we release them, we're all the way up here. The entire ship's going to plummet. I'm worried. It's worrisome.
But that's why we have Sky Dragon.
Right. Well, maybe he needs to pick the ship back up, because you told him he could let go.
The storm dragon will ponder a moment and say that he could bear the ship back to the castle if you guys were to require it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were working on building some other ones, so we should be able to just grab those and use them. So yeah, Phoenix nods. That would be great, Sky. Lead the way.
I would appreciate that as well.
The airship gives a massive shudder as the storm dragon sinks his claws into the balloon of the ship and slowly flies off with the ship in his claws and deposits it very gently for him onto the balcony where you guys discovered Dravos Attenborough. There's a huge shudder as the ship crunches into the balcony, and then the storm dragon bids you farewell and flies off back to his stormy region.
Bye, Sky. Sound guy. Phoenix gets cross-eyed and kind of glances around to make sure nothing magical happened by accidental limericks. realizes it's safe and kind of wipes this. Okay. Right. We need only the most basic of basic levitation orbs. We need 3 of those guys straight up, and then we can teleport away, because I don't think we actually need to be flying for this mission.
We don't?
Just not dying.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll take care of the sprites then.
No, Adrian, I'll come with you for that one. Not that I don't trust you with live captives, but
Right.
he doesn't actually finish that sentence, he just keeps walking afterwards.
Right. Yep. And I will lead the way down to the... She leads the way down to the... or around out of the ship onto the ledge where we can access the orbs directly. And with a bit of fiddling around, I would imagine we're going to be able to break them. Break them or open them or whatever.
Yeah. As you break off the tendrils of wood that are surrounding these
We should probably give them a heads up as well. You know, hey, airfarers, we're about to free you. Don't attack us. We did not imprison you. We're setting you free.
As you break off the surrounding wood cages, it starts to regrow, but with enough effort, and I would assume air sprites would speak Elvish. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright.
So yeah, you can hear their pipsqueaky little voices crying out as you as you break into the cages, and then let them go. Okay, well, they were the herald of the Phoenix.
Phoenix is for sorry, halfway through tatty. Phoenixes don't fly, so they stay in the sky, so I'm still technically a sky.
Alright. The sprites, as they are freed, will circle around you guys, squeaking their little thank yous, and you will feel a very small blessing wash over you guys as they swirl around you and then sail away. When you do your next intelligence roll, you'll get a +2 to it.
Cool.
A little fairy blessing around you guys.
Cool.
I wish we could have... Never mind. She'll look wistfully after them, thinking, oh, that was a perfect opportunity to repair the ship that we just let go. I guess
Phoenix
it is.
looks into Adrian's eyes filled with avarice and greed towards the poor slaves and just kind of goes, no,
Right.
bad Adrian.
Alright.
Though,
Adrian, though, if you want to consider that a like for this session at least, like learning about a magical mystery, you could.
Oh, okay.
Because it is a kind of an innovative technique,
Sure. I
as
like
far
it.
as you know.
Yeah.
As an out of character aside, how hilarious would it have been if we needed to spout lore to work out what the fairy blessing was? Oh, I
Oh,
get
that
two
would be
plus
funny.
two to my next intelligence test. That's awesome. Yeah. Did you just pass an intelligence test to get that information? Yes.
Aw.
It's like the ring of extra finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Alright, so with the release of the air sprites, the Nautulus will like kind of flump down heavily onto the balcony where you guys are standing.
Hopefully not breaking anything.
Hopefully, yeah.
No. If it did, we'll probably find out when we take off again. And then repair it
Yep.
as it's in flight or something.
We probably could have freed them whilst we were on top of the lich. That might have solved this much quicker and easier.
Yeah. I thought we had landed. Anyway, I guess it was just a couple inches up or something.
Well, we had landed, but I'm guessing the entire thing kind of sagged down when the levitation orbs were taken up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not like a very good bottom for resting on the ground on the
Yeah.
airship. It's kind of
You know,
assumed to kind of always be sort of floating a little bit above the ground.
we should come up with landing gear then.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I don't know.
I like that. Retractable landing gear?
No. No. I'm thinking
No, we're
more
pirates. It's clearly going to be a plank.
Well, I would actually propose a series of 6 planks that could be bent down into like legs, so it would. Never mind.
Are you gonna Howl Moving Castle this?
I would. It sounds fun.
Can Howl's Moving Castle teleport through dimensions?
Oh, it totally can.
Wow.
And I mean, it also has an enslaved fire sprite in the oven.
Yep, but we don't have those anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, anyway. Phoenix kind of coughs, gets Adrian's attention. Right, that's a few basic levitation orbs, just enough to keep us going and then get out of here.
Yeah,
we need
right.
to make the jump.
Right. Just enough. Okay. How? Remind me again. How much does one give us as far as weight versus gravity? Or rather, mass versus gravity.
I've never actually worked out what each orb exactly does.
Yeah, I think we're going more abstract with it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought we pulled out numbers once upon a time, like when they were being broken, and we detonated a bunch of them to do something, and then
Right.
and then we were
yeah.
only down to like 1.5, and 1.5 was barely enough to keep us aloft or from crashing, so we just basically landed.
1.5. I don't think 1.5 orbs is possible. Okay, maybe 2. How about that?
Okay.
2 is enough to just barely hover.
All right. So I would say let's put 3 on, just so we have some lift.
Okay, works for me. Let's get that sorted.
We send the gnomes. We assume we still have gnomes alive.
You do, yes.
Okay.
Well, minus that one we chucked off the side, but you know.
Right, I was gonna comment when I saw that, and I'm like, why is Ross, or is that Ross on off the edge? And I couldn't remember what had happened to him, but
He got picked up by his other gnomish friends, and they, well, they walked the invisible plank with.
I got it. Okay. Is there a plane of transformation version of a life preserver that we could throw to him?
Yeah, permanent stasis.
Oh.
Or I suppose semi-permanent if you want to get out again.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Ordering gnomes to reattach levitation orbs.
Can we help in any way for that, or do we need to roll in for it? Or is it just put in the hours kind of idea?
Well, let's see. The gnomes are capable of attaching a levitation orb if they actually haven't. The issue is that there's actually no extra ones at the moment that they have.
Oh, so they haven't been working this whole time to create new ones?
No. The levitation orbs are magical. The gnomes don't have the ability to actually make them.
Then what have they been doing? I'm curious. Because we landed for the sole purpose of repairing the ship while we went and explored the castle. That's what I remember.
Yep.
Right. There was extensive damage to the however, the gnomes themselves don't have the ability to make orbs.
Do I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Then I will go do that. Get to work on that. Oh, we did do one thing last time. Whoa. What am I selecting and why? I did do one thing last time when I finished leveling up. Oh, I picked that one, did I not? Okay. Self-powered. I picked self-powered as my new move, which is create my own place of power.
Oh, cool.
So you're gonna regret me doing this, maybe. I would assume there is one here, though. I don't recall if I have the explicit ability to create a levitation orb from scratch. So obviously I'd probably need to, like, summon materials or something like that, given that I'm not allowed to enslave fairies in order to...
Is it fair to assume the gnomes were gathering the ingredients for the levitation or waiting for it to be enchanted? Could that be what they were doing whilst we were exploring? So they were assembling the thing ready to be magicalized when Adrian got back.
That would make sense.
But,
Yeah.
but given their personalities, would they have?
Yes. I mean, they are.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that.
I guess it depends on whether you get a 10 plus. If you do, then yes, they did. If you don't, no, they didn't. That tends to be how this system works, eh? So,
Okay.
what is it? Instead of it being cause and effect, is effect then cause?
Right. Oh, you've demoted yourself from Sky God to Sky Herald?
Yeah, I'm now technically the Sky Herald for the Phoenix.
Okay.
But it's not really a demotion. I'm trying to explain it like Hermes was the herald of the gods. He was still a god. So, it's just my job title in the deity world.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally not abandoning my ideas of Lords, though they may be.
Oh. Alright. Yeah.
Alrighty, Adrian. So you are self-powered. You can create a place of power.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. If I need one. I don't know if I need one for
Okay.
this particular thing.
Yeah, that's I think the main advantage of taking that particular move is that you can create a place of power and then use it to do a ritual, which
Alright. There's
is how the
text.
majority of the magical items
Yeah.
get made.
Yep. Alright. It is going to be just if I have to describe it, it's going to be just a little ritual circle. Work table. I just came off the Minecraft binge from the morning, so I'm totally into that.
Is it in the phone room where all the magical things happen then?
Is it? Can it be? I don't know. I just need my token, but I'm thinking right outside the ship.
That probably makes more sense actually for travel purposes.
Yeah.
That's fair. Or honestly, make it on the ship and then it just moves with you.
Right. Well, this is going to be kind of temporary, and
Places of power are generally permanent.
oh, okay.
That's kind of my understanding of how the move is worded, at
Yeah.
least as far as
Because you're binding a power to this place.
Okay.
when you have time, arcane
Temporary.
materials, and a safe space. You
Mhm.
create your own place of power. Yeah.
Hmm.
How you're binding it to, yeah. It does sound like it's pretty permanent.
Then some. Okay, on the ship would be more reasonable in my opinion.
Well, we don't have anyone using the weird fungus room.
That's what I
Or
was
we can
just
get Adrian
thinking.
down into the fungus room.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Little. Yeah, we'll have little side effects and such from floating spores. Oh god, some weird thing got into the potion. Sizzle. Now we're all on a trip. Okay. Yeah, I will take over Raga's old mushroom cave thing.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Wow. Alright, so you go back into Raga's little alcove,
Mm-hmm.
and magically you take it over as your own, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'll steal her cauldron, I'll create my own arcane circle on the edge of the ground.
Sure.
Maybe set up a little glass ball, crystal ball that I can use to generate things. And yeah,
Yeah, this is cool. What?
no, that's it. That's my idea.
Okay. As you do all this setup, as you lay down the arcane circle, and get it personalized to your own preferences, Adrian, you're gonna feel a shift in that chaotic, hag-like magical area will become imbued with your arcane magic abilities.
Cool.
And this is going to ripple outwards from the ship, and through the Adrian's not evil; she's neutral. Technically.
Chaotic neutral, yes.
Going to ripple outwards, and you're going to attract elementals to this place of power, Adrian. You're going to look up and see a little earth elemental peek out of a pot in the corner, and then the candle flame is going to giggle at you. One of the little vials of potions is going to come up and like extrude a head and like look in your direction for a moment and then sit back down.
Got it. I have nothing against that. I will leave him alone. Maybe if I've got some spare materials afterwards, I can build them all little houses of stuff. Yeah. Turn the vial upside down.
Cute.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. Alright, I need 3 orbs, 3 levitation orbs. Presuming the materials that the gnomes gathered are here and ready to be used.
Yep. Alright, let's... Phoenix, while this is going down, you're just drinking with the gnomes?
I did have a thought for something else actually as well. I'm going to skirt. Since how he's taking over Raga's place, I should probably take a look at the dragon's place, because I was the one who convinced him to join. I'm technically responsible for him going rogue, so technically all his loot is mine. Oh, that's the Phoenix logic, anyway.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I suppose same for silver stuff. I just gather up all the stuff. One for a dear friend, the other for a cruel betrayer. But, you know, this stuff. I'm sure I can find that, and I want my weird Palantir orb thing back from him. Maybe I can find another dragon to foist it off on.
Okay. Well, and looking through the dragon's hoard of gold and so forth that he has crammed into his room, you find one of the crew members was a lady that you took on to kind of entertain Maug, and you find her in the corner, just kind of like crushed under the weight of like jewelry and gold necklaces.
Her or quote her? Because remember, we were cross-dressing one of the gnomes.
Yes.
Take that position.
I believe that was the plan.
That gnome tried to be charismatic to the dragon and failed at one point.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, she got blasted across the room and perished, unfortunately,
All right.
for not being charming enough.
Well,
Okay. I'll ensure a proper burial is carried out.
oh, you found the corpse. Okay.
Suffice it to say, I'm not using my amulet of the dead to talk to this one because that is going to be a very tragic end that really we do not need to go into any detail on.
Okay. Phoenix, do you still have the staff?
I do, yes.
Okay, good. Perfect.
I assume I do anyway. It hasn't disappeared on me, has it?
No.
Okay.
No one else. You still have it.
Was there any other magical doohickeys amongst the dragon stuff? Or had we traded for them all at this point?
There is a... among all the possessions there doesn't seem to be anything that your bardic arts would indicate is as magical. There's also significantly lacking is the Palantir orb that you gave the dragon, Phoenix.
Phoenix mutters a curse under his breath and makes a point to ask Adrian at some point to detect magic on our ship and see if he can track it down in case the dragon's heading it away. But okay, he comes to a quick conclusion, starts counting up the gold bags, realizes very quickly it's going to be more than he could ever hope to spend himself, so he cuts off a few sections to give to a section to give to Adrian, a section to give to himself, a section to cover Silver's funeral costs, and then divides the rest up amongst the crew to basically bribe them back into liking everybody again. And then he goes and drinks with the crew. Bringing gold, because that always makes someone more hot.
Except for one particularly grumpy gnome who says, "What use is gold if you don't live to spend it?" That's what I say.
I say, why not live?
Tell that to Jeff.
Jeff, why not live? He says he agrees with me and regrets it deeply now, I say, tapping my amulet of Speak Undead. He really wished he followed that advice, so therefore we should all honour his memory and follow that advice.
I mean, which Jeff was that? Jeff 7 or?
I think we're on the third Jeff since Phoenix joined.
Okay. That's fair.
No, they're not like rabbits. They're not like...
They seem to be.
No, we just have a gnome spawn point in the.
Are you telling me they are actually the mushrooms and they're like the orcs in 40k? They just kind of grow out of the ground.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. That could be a thing.
All right, Adrian, go ahead and do your ritual here.
All right. Yeah.
Are you on the map?
Yeah. I moved myself out of the black GM fog of war. I found a selectable token somewhere out in the abyss.
Just randomly clicking on things hoping to find it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, Adrian. Run your ritual here.
I just did. Do I need to run a cast spell or something? No.
No, just the ritual itself.
Okay.
So.
You are so.
That's my problem. My screen is frozen.
Oh.
Doop. Doopy doopy doop.
I'd be willing to disenchant my demon eye.
Your demon eye was kind of a make your own place of power, but it was very much, you're going to be corrupted by it.
Right,
So,
which is why I never wanted to use it.
yeah. But
I mean,
okay,
as
this
a
will-
popular opinion would suggest, I've already been corrupted by my own brain. I don't need
Yeah,
a
so-
demon eye to help anymore. If it requires a lot of money, maybe that little pile that you, Phoenix, cut off just sort of siphons itself airborne and gets sucked down into whatever vortex is created in the hold of the ship. And you hear this clatter, this golden clattering, and you look over to see all these coins just...
You just hear Felix's voice going, "Alright, Adrian, I cannot keep protecting you from the gnomes. They have every right to Molly, you know." I did my best.
Alright, it is going to require materials and money, which, I really like the idea of, like, the random gold from everywhere on the ship just, like, funneling itself towards Adrian's little nook here.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Everyone,
and
strap down your precious valuables.
Right.
And
I guess, given that we're only doing it temporarily, just enough to save the world kind of thing, the lesser version, unreliable and limited.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Ritual effects are always possible, but the GM will give you one up to 4 of the following. Oh, so how many do I have to pick here?
You don't, the GM does.
Oh, got it.
And it's 1 to 4.
oh gosh. Guys, I'm gonna be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I know what. Hope everyone's alright with him. That didn't sound like a promising "I need to be right back," did it?
It sounded like either something is wrong with his computer or he got a phone call or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, knock at the door kind of thing.
Right.
I'm curious, how is your intelligence still only at +1 for Adrian?
Oh man. I'm so behind on this. I don't know. It's up at 16. Oh, she's stunned. She's been stunned at some point, and I don't remember what happened. I remember it happening, but I don't remember.
Don't
what it
those
was.
things get healed when you do the long rest?
Yes. So I might have just not realized it. Did we get a chance for a long rest?
I think you did whilst I was busy summoning the portal, because you prepared your spells, remember?
Right. Okay. Well,
Whereas I was busy trying to wrestle with the Staff of Death.
I'll just covertly take it back then. Yeah, it looks like he's rebooting or something.
The Windows forced update and all of that. No, isn't he running multiple operating systems? So maybe they all decided simultaneously it's time to get...
Oh, golly. Yeah. Somewhere I've got to track down a copy of Windows 10.
Oh, why? Why Windows 10 specifically?
I have a development tool at work that it's new enough that they are requiring Windows 10 only. And I'm thinking to get it working.
Why are you not using 7?
I am. I'm still stuck on 7, but when everybody is going on about 7 is getting downgraded at the end of whenever.
Yeah.
And then when my development software doesn't work on anything but 10, I'm like, well, okay, I might have to do like Sean and partition my hard drive up, run a virtual machine, and. But
Remind me, was 10 before or after XP then?
10 is definitely after. 10 is the newest.
Oh, you mean Windows 10 as in that 10? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
For some reason, I had as down as Windows 2010. Yeah, sorry, that was a total brain dead moment. Yeah, it goes 7, 8, and then 10. Yeah.
I mean, unless you were thinking like Internet Explorer versions, because Internet
Possible.
Explorer 7 came out in like 2008, and then it went 9,
Yeah,
10.
it was something along those lines. I can't work out why I thought Windows 10 would be, because that was why I was asking you not on Windows 7, because obviously on that alternative timeline of Windows 2010, Windows 7 came after 2010, so therefore it would be later. But yes, no.
Yeah.
Now that I remember which year Windows 10 was actually released, yes, this makes more sense.
Yeah. Microsoft has gone the Apple route, in which everything is now version 10, and we're just going to subdivide 10 down into subversions of whatever that.
Yeah, you do have to wonder what happened to Windows 9.
Yeah. It was the long lost. Something.
You getting us, by the way, Sean? Because we have you back in Roll20, but not communicating.
Yeah, I'm logging into the to. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry about that.
No problem, mate.
Okay. Alrighty, so the close conjunction between the staff that Phoenix is carrying and your ongoing ritual, Adrian, is going to set up a resonance in the staff, which is going to suddenly explode outwards. The crew of the ship will suddenly find that they have various elemental features on their persons. Either they have glowing eyes, or their hair has turned into elemental flames, or water, or wind,
Say this
or their
again.
skin.
Say it again. The crew has this happening?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, sorry, what one is this? Like, what?
This was a one last side effect of the ritual.
Right.
Well, great.
I didn't.
The staff still works, though, right? He hasn't broke my staff, because I'm not
No.
letting him go. Or are you doing? Right, okay.
Staff still works.
Does the staff grow flaming hair?
No.
Okay. That's okay.
And the effect seems to pass harmlessly over you and Phoenix. However, the rest of the crew is affected in some way by this.
What is the mood of the rest of the crew after all their gold is gone and they've suddenly become mutants?
Right. Well, not all the gold was taken. Only some of it was taken. So they still have some gold, but they are quite disturbed to look down at themselves and see they have like rock-like skin, or burning eyes, or something like that. So there is like a mass panic as everyone goes crazy.
Okay. Pace does his best to clear his throat and get as much attention as possible, and starts going into one of his sermons on the way of the Phoenix and the fact that this is a blessing from the elementals themselves. We are clearly the chosen crew, as shown by my presence here amongst you mortals, and now with his own individual blessings amongst you. And so on and so forth. He basically tries to calm them all down. So it's alright, it's good. You've been blessed by a god. Look, I have tail feathers. Now you do kind of something similar to it. It's all fine. All the while thinking inside his head, I'm going to punch Adrian, I'm going to punch Adrian, I'm going to punch Adrian.
Meanwhile, Adrian, though, you have
Like-
sucked in the gold
Yeah.
and the materials on your work surface have transformed themselves into four levitation orbs.
Ooh, I got an extra. Cool. Yeah, well, I'm going to pick all four up as Phoenix is giving his speech and his sermon and trying to calm the raving crowd. I'll just walk up from the hold of the ship lugging 4 orbs and smiling brilliantly. I'm like, I did it! Look at that! Got this
Phoenix twitches.
smug look on her face.
Snowball, go for the ankles. Okay, show's over, folks. We need to. Everyone, battle stations. We're going to storm the Lich Keep or something similar. It's okay. We've done this millions of times before. Good doctor, you might want to take notes. Adrian, attach the orbs. Everyone ready?
The gnomes will take notice that Adrian is carrying the orbs, and despite their dismay at being transformed this hideously, they will give a cheer that the orbs have been made and that they can go home now. Yay! They're very mutual.
They do seem to be. Phoenix looks out at all this fearing of going home and just kind of quirks his eyebrows at it. What, did they not hear me that we're going to storm a Lich Keep and that, chances of survival are incredibly low, but okay, if they're up for it, that's great. Just kind of nod over towards Adrian.
I see,
Let's
yeah.
get ready to.
Uh-huh. Right. Orbs. Attaching. Doing it. Yay! She says, completely oblivious that, like, everybody else has been transformed.
Oh, and before I forget, Adrian, Phoenix says, tapping her on the shoulder. That's everybody's, else is distracted in a way.
Tapping her on the shoulder, she turns just in time for a fist to the face.
Yeah, pretty much. He just holds his fist out, not actually punching her, but just enough that when she turns, she ends up hitting it herself. You're an idiot.
Wham! Ah. Right? Sidesteps and walks out.
Alright.
You're lucky we don't send you back to your exes.
Adrian, you can actually clarify if this lich is or is not your girlfriend. I mean,
Me?
yeah, well, it was never established that it was or was not.
I didn't even know it was insinuated.
No, Phoenix has just decided that was the case and just keep saying it.
Oh. I mean,
Have you really not noticed that?
backstory-wise, would that have been the case? She did start out as like an evil wizard, so that could very well be possible.
I can't even remember where the joke came from in the first place. That we decided that yes, this is a good way of winding up Adrian. We're going to claim the big bad is actually an evil ex of theirs, but yeah, it's definitely been going on since Phoenix knew that the lich existed.
Yeah, I remember it being mentioned once or twice, but I just brushed it off as, just joking.
So yeah, you can either say, Phoenix, you're being an ass, that never happened, or
I'm going to still play ignorant at that. Just because the idea of that being an actual thing is actually kind of compelling, but I'm not going to decide one way or the other at this point. So I'll just say, we're just making stuff up again.
alrighty.
This from the person who literally chants words and causes things to come into being. The definition of making stuff.
Okay. Adrian, you managed to attach the levitation orbs to the side of the.
Do I, or do I just elicit the help of a gnome?
Either way, I think
I would,
it's the same result.
Yeah, I would prefer to, just because, while I could.
Sure, yeah. Sure, you hand off the orbs to your favorite gnomes.
My very delicate hands can't handle the.
Yes. Don't drop them. They very carefully install them on the sides of the airship. And there will be a great cheer as the airship lifts off the ground slightly and starts to
all the planks that had sagged from the ferries being released are now just going to go creak, and the whole thing kind of lifts itself back up. Hi, I think it worked, I mentioned. And by four of these things, I think we've got plenty of lifting power.
Okay, it's faster, but yeah, I'll do.
Alright, yeah, it does seem like the ship is stable and floating, levitating fairly easily there with the 4 orbs.
Alright. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I basically Phoenix was just going to say, alright, navigator, we're going here, points to the place that we need to head to, and then gets it in cover because he so strongly suspects this is going to be a very bump. What was the navigator's name? He had a proper name.
Boffin.
Boffin.
Navigator Boffin. Okay. That's where we need to head to.
You do remember we did not actually properly explore the entire castle. Which I think is
We can probably do that at a time when the world isn't ending.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a teleporting ship. It's not like we're limited in coming back here.
Right.
Also, we need to come back here at some point anyway to free Raz because there's a very pissed off elemental group of deity level beings that kind of expect me to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I so kind of want you to forget about that. And it's
I'm
like
not
5
forgetting,
seconds
don't
later.
worry.
Okay. Alrighty. Um, have you made the crew aware that they are going up against the Lich at this point?
I had mentioned it, yes. But they ignored me and instead just started cheering for the fact they were going home. So I was basically like, well, you signed on the dotted line and ignored me, so...
Alright, yeah, okay, at this point, Mr. Dravos Attenborough is gonna burst into the navigation room. His hair, his beard, all disheveled, and say, "Are we really going up against going to take on the Lich?"
Take on implies we're kind of going to fight them. Normally what we do is Adrian casts some spells, I chat to them a bit, and then they...
Yep. That is what happens. I emphasize.
You would have a better chance of taking on a minor deity than taking on the Lich.
Yeah, probably. You know we beat like 4 of those, right? But with our method of talking them down. You know Lucifer?
I've heard of Lucifer, yes.
Yeah, well, you won't hear anything anymore from about Lucy. We had a chat. We came to an arrangement.
Still, I don't know if you know what you're going up against with this Lich lady here. Do you want some? If we can stop by my place, I can try and find some information about this person. And
What do we know about the Lich? Sorry, I'm looking at Adrian because Adrian's the one who told me about the Lich in the first place.
Right,
So.
her face is contorting as she cogitates. What do we know? Well, I know quite a bit about a Lich, not this one in particular.
We don't need to know the sordid details, just the stuff that helps for beating them in a adventurer against evil entity manner, not whatever bedroom fun you get up to. Just to clarify.
Got it. Okay. Are we assuming this is a D&D type Lich? Where it keeps keeps its Horcrux at a different place in all of space and time, and we have to destroy that to destroy it, or else it could come back.
you can make a spout lore about that.
That's what I was thinking I would end up doing, is just
Plus
spouting
2.
lore. Uh-huh.
Plus, do you have that wizard move where you can get a +1 if nobody else knows about it?
Yes.
So that's +3. Wow. Go, Adrian.
Fount of what?
Fount of knowledge. That's what it's called. Spout lore. +3. 10, 11, 12.
12. Nice.
Sheesh, that's a 12. Alright, so spouting lore about...
I mean, would the fact that I have a witch's heart in my pocket prove, or rather give some credibility to the fact that I know something about liches? So, the witch is technically a... If you want to go for minor deities, this is kind of a minor lich. If you have the heart, you can come back from anywhere.
Daniel?
Yes?
I can't tell. Are you saying witches or liches?
Witch. Raga. I have Raga's heart.
Oh, yes.
And Raga being a hag. That kind of...
Yeah, they can come back. Yeah, that's true.
Yet she was not undead, and a lich is kind of an undead, is it not?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, as far as you know about liches, Adrian, they are an undead magical wizard or sorcerer who has. We are pretty much going with the D&D version.
Okay.
They have a magical item called a phylactery somewhere in the multiverse that they have stored their soul in. They have to keep feeding that phylactery souls in order to keep it active. But as long as they do that, they are totally immune to dying.
Yeah.
If their physical form is destroyed, it regenerates after some number of days or weeks. The only way to permanently end a lich is to destroy its phylactery, which is an effort in and of itself. The liches are known for accumulating dark, magical secrets and constructing vast layers that they don't have to spend, years on it. They can spend centuries on getting everything accurate and deadly and so forth.
Yep.
This particular lich that you guys have periodically kept kind of encountering, you have heard is possibly one of the most foul and powerful liches that has ever existed.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll manage somehow, but yeah, we're not exactly power gaming this.
Yeah. But I relay all this to the crew in a like a ghost story fashion, where we're all gathered in like the kitchen tavern dining area, and I'm just telling all this. Yeah. Started with this quirked eyebrow thing, and then she comes out of the flame, and then does a thing, and on and on. And we have to find the phylactery. Otherwise, she'll just keep coming back again and again and again.
Yeah, okay. Do we know where the phylactery is?
That's the trick, is you have to know.
Okay, we'll just ask her. It's fine.
Yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's, yeah. I'm willing to go with that.
Besides, you forget one important detail there, good professor. If we don't go, everyone else dies in the world we're from, and that's kind of a bummer. So we're going to avoid that by stopping it from happening. Don't you kill the lich, whatever, permanently? We just need to stop it killing everyone else. And we can manage that. We've got a crew of the people gathered here, and I would not trade them for... Let's go!
Maybe a little more, but... Alright.
Okay. Oh.
I would assume the ship has some ability to teleport out of the plane of transformation now.
Yeah. Remember you
yeah.
gave it those teleporty upgrades
Oh, that's right.
last time we were in?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Let's hope we have it
Okay.
tuned right. Otherwise we could find ourselves in the plane of non-transformation and something else.
Alrighty. Boffin, actually, Dravos is freaking out as you guys are preparing to jump to the coordinates that you have given Boffin here, and he will beg you, Adrian, to please get him. Don't take him to this place. Can you like teleport me away or something?
Where would you prefer to go?
I want to go back to my house, please.
Isn't
It's
your house
safer.
on our plane?
No. My house is adrift in the ether. It is beautiful.
Well, we kind of need your knowledge, I would imagine.
I really don't want to be around that lich. Vecca is a scary person. Lich. Creature thing.
What is the chance the phylactery is hidden in his house? Or something? Since he's kind of a collector of things, I think.
Bear in mind the Lich has to have frequent access to it to keep depositing souls.
That's true.
Reasonably unlikely. He might have knowledge of what it could be, but...
Yeah.
If you want, Adrian, you can make a discern reality to see if he's like lying or keeping something.
I will.
Okay.
I prefer that because I'm like, what is his deal? Why doesn't he in particular want to go up against the? Well. I quirk my eyebrow at him, but only perceive that he is just an old man that's not too keen on anything that would risk his own life. The coward.
Oh God! Wow.
Totally using that as a bardic art. Said very quietly so that only the gnomes could hear, but enchanting Adrian. so that when she goes, oh, why am I suddenly feeling stronger? Don't worry about it. It's just the normal incantations. Don't worry about it. You're
Yeah.
to uproarious laughter.
Confused by all the laughter. What am I? What is this
All
doing
right.
to me?
So, Boffin has permission to go to those coordinates.
I give Dravos one more significant look, shrug, and nod. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, just give me a second to actually cast a spell so that we know what's happening.
Alrighty. The ship gives a shudder and a lurch, and everything will warp about the ship. Man. Ba, 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 ba. Everything visually will kind of warp around the ship, and you guys will be back in the blue sea and swirling cloud-like landscape of the ether which surrounds all the worlds and all the planes. Alrighty. It's so strange, Phoenix, that your bodyguards cannot affect yourself. Actually, I find that really interesting.
I think it's because it would be, well, for one, it would be broken. I'd be able to cause huge amounts of damage, huge amounts of healing constantly without any risk to myself, really. And partly because maybe he's just sick of his own voice.
True. So, Adrian, as you listen to Phoenix sing his lovely song about you and the lich, you feel the Phoenix force within you, and you feel empowered with his magical and sort of godly blessing.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys are within the ethers, and let's have this be a perilous journey to travel from where you guys are in the ether now to where you can exit from the ether into the coordinates that you guys want to get to.
Yep. Pathfinder, lookout, quartermaster.
Sorry, mate, I had a ice cream van going past there. Could you repeat?
Yeah, to get to the coordinates indicated, you're gonna have to do a perilous journey through the ether to get to those coordinates from where you are now.
So does the navigator count as doing one of them for us, given we're only a two-person party?
Yeah.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Does the navigator count as doing one of those for us, given we're only a two-person party?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the other ones that we need done? I'm sorry, give me a sec, it's been a while since we perilous journeyed.
I think Boffin would probably take Pathfinder given his.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take Scout ahead, and Adrian, you want to be quartermaster for this?
Sure. can do that. Yeah.
How do you roll so badly?
I don't know.
It's a genuine talent at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, the other one was even worse.
Okay, Adrian.
Yeah, the gnomes get into my mushroom stash, get high, get the munchies, and then find their way up to.
No, they've been so disturbed by your ghost story about the lich that they just comfort you all the time.
Right.
Phew. All right. Uh, not only does the crew have the munchies through the whole trip, but an etheric ray chases you guys through the ethers as you guys try to navigate to the point where you guys want to be. And it will use up some of your fuel trying to navigate around and through the ethers to avoid this ray that is chasing you. So by the time you get to your destination,
Sean,
yeah.
can we try and deliberately bring it along with us? Not deliberately lose it here, but instead bring it with us to the place we're going to.
Oh. Yeah, if you want to do that, you could, sure. If you evade it with enough skill that it always thinks it can kind of catch up to you at the last moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Then when you get to those coordinates, you switch the lever, and the ship reverts back to the closest world it can find, or the closest real space it can find. And the etheric ray will follow right behind you, still on your tail.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Dive down. They're going to be distracted by the giant ray. We can sneak in, use it as cover.
Ooh, yeah. Right.
Because I imagine one of those things appearing really is a distracting sight for it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I instead get behind Boffin and tell him how to do his job rather than keeping an eye on the larder. And I time it just right. Okay, hit the button now. He glares back at me saying, I know how to do my job, what about you?
Adrian, weren't you on food? And why are all the gnomes suddenly twice the size as they...
Oh, I've got this.
Well, this is supposed to be a stealth mission, Adrian, not a roll in hallway.
I'm going to feast on.
So, just to clarify, Adrian, you've had a chance to make all your spells ready. Are you certain these are the ones you want to go in
That's
storming a keep with?
Oh, yeah. How close are we? How much time do I have?
You would have had sufficient time over the course of the trip
All
to
right.
prepare spells.
What do I have? 9 to work with. 2, 3, 4, 9. All right, I'm ready.
Oh, and keep in mind your green slad chaotic memory ability too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me, I am very, very much aware of the slats. They are a part of my cunning plan. I totally don't make up on the spot each time I'm required to do so.
Oh, all right, guys. had to find the appropriate image for what you guys see as you emerge here. Where are you guys looking on this screen? Because this is kind of a large screen.
I'm looking at the Slod Fortress with the staircases
right.
and the fortress and stuff.
Right, like the whole view of it, or like are you focused on a particular section, or?
There's a
Pretty much whole view.
Okay. Aw. It doesn't like JPEGs. Alright, so as you guys emerge, you see an enormous spherical rock floating out here in the void. Behind you, you can make out your home world. The massive chunk of rock out there in space has many flickering lights on it that might be little houses or little construction places. And the whole thing is bristling with metallic constructions on it, and you can see very faintly little what you presume are people kind of on the surface and in the depths of the rock itself, kind of moving around through the gaps in the construction. So the ray is right behind you. So what do you guys do?
Is there any obvious like ways in or anything like that?
Yes. The large portion southern portion of the bottom half of the sphere that looks like it's unfinished. So there might be less security or places where you could slip in down that way.
Okay. Lead the ray towards the top half, and then slide back down towards the south half when they're all busy and distracted.
Okay.
We are presuming this rock is significantly smaller than our planet.
It's about the size of a moon.
Okay. All right.
And seriously, if I can get this image to show up, I really want you guys to see it.
You could paste it down on Discord.
Yeah. Let me just do that. Okay. That makes sense. Image.
Roll20 can be temperamental at best.
Yeah, particularly on the fly, because usually I have the stuff, already uploaded that I'm going to have in a particular session. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, when you started saying bottom half is kind of unfinished, I figured, oh, yeah, okay.
Alright, the
the
etheric ray flying behind you guys. Actually. Alright, so with some difficulty, you guys managed to lead the ray kind of up to the top half of the structure, and then swoop away at the last moment so that the ray kind of smashes into this structure here.
Yep.
Flying, you guys managed to sneak your way down and into the bowels of this installation here. Ooh. I completely forgot about air. Damn it.
You forgot about air?
I forgot about you guys being able to breathe.
Well, we can. We have not said that this is outer space. We've said that this is like the ether between planes.
Ooh.
Or rather was. Okay. I forgot
The
we had
people
merged.
running around didn't seem to have any problems breathing, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's.
Hold your breath.
But I can't. If I'm holding my breath, I can't talk. If I can't talk, I'm basically dead weight.
Yeah. True. I'll take that.
Okay. Let's go, I guess? Yeah, go. We'll leave some of the gnomes behind just to guard the ship and make sure we have somewhere to run to.
Actually, what is the chance that the ray colliding into the top half of this asteroid rock thing had a chance of cutting it in half and just like now you have two halves of a sphere flying apart?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, Adrian. Let's explore our half first.
Scale-wise, the ray was, maybe as big as that dish in the middle there.
Okay.
So it's going to do some severe damage, but not enough to actually cut it in half. Your ship itself is.
Was it enough to kill the ray, or not?
Do you want it to be enough to kill the ray?
No. No, I don't want the ray to die. I'd like to take it in for another run.
I'm pretty sure the ray's like just engaged with all the things that are happening up at the top.
Okay. I mean, you gotta take the chance that the ray just destroys the asteroid, and that's the end of the problem. But of course, that
I
wouldn't.
think we would need more rays.
Okay. Oh. What's our option?
No, we're not going to gather more rays. Do you have any idea how close we got to being eaten just from getting?
We could go back to Minesweeper world and grab a bunch.
Maybe later.
Okay.
We'll call that plan R for Ray.
Okay.
I'm hoping we have a plan A through Q before.
Got it. All right.
Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to actually think about what is on this this structure that you guys have managed to find. So, do you guys want to take a break the session here and continue later?
I'm up for it. Yeah. I do have an
Sure thing,
idea.
mate.
I'll pose an idea to you for what's on this thing. Instead of just like taking complete and utter plagiarism in Star Wars universe. And that is,
I think it would be genuinely hilarious to try and storm a place filled with stormtroopers with a squeaky toy, someone who chants magic, and someone using a shield.
right. I mean, with them being stormtroopers, is there a chance they'd ever hit us? But
Yeah, they basically attack at a -5.
But no, my thought being more is kind of a merge between Geonosis of Star Wars and Riven of Mist, and like the Riven tree of like all these people that live in a massive tree. And it looked kind of like what I was imagining when you were describing an asteroid with all these lights and people walking around on the surface. And so I'm wondering if it's like just an asteroid of people that don't know that they're on an asteroid flying through space and they just live here. Kind of a primitive or not so primitive race of beings. I don't know.
Oh.
See, I'm just waiting for a chance for Phoenix to make a comment about the fact that, okay, we're on this giant ship thing. It seems mostly made of metal. We're fighting a lich. Does that mean this is all dead metal?
And then, oh man, you could start a band.
Yeah. Our enemy is actually just a guitarist who just plays a song at us until we die.
See, if that were Adrian's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, that would be totally awesome.
Yes, actually just trying to serenade you to take her back.
I, as a non-character player, would think that's like the coolest thing ever.
I actually was running a one-shot at one point. I can't even mind the system, but we're basically just running it, me and a mate, just a Friday night kind of thing, just for something to do kind of thing. And so we kind of had this Borderlands world kind of set up, and the main villain for it turned out to basically be the cast of Looney Tunes. And he didn't get it until I explained him it after the fact, because he was up against folk like Daffy and PB, which was obviously Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, and he just didn't get it at all. And I was like, but they played music, they sung songs. One of them was in drag all the time. How did you not get this?
Oh man,
It's phenomenal.
wow.
Sounds like we went in quite a different direction to what you were expecting, Sean. Did we skip over a fair bit of what you'd prepared?
Kind of. The structure floating out in space was really supposed to be kind of more of a symptom rather than the disease itself. So I was kind of anticipating that you guys would go to kind of the lich's lair, figure out stuff there, which would...
Wait, we knew where the lich's lair was? I thought this was the lair.
I realize that, yeah.
Ah, okay.
And it could be someplace that they visit.
Mhm.
It could be the
If
lair.
nothing else, we may find clues as to where the lair is, way up
Yeah.
here, and plus it would be absolutely epic to destroy this giant thing.
Yeah, I was gonna have once you guys were kind of hinting that you wanted to go here. I was like, oh, I can have that line where the lich has made a critical error. We have realized that she's going to be visiting this station, and it's our chance to blow it up with her on it. Anyway, I mean, technically, there's no reason this. Technically, there's no reason this could not be the lair.
To be fair, actually, since we're blatantly ripping from Star Wars at the minute, I get the feeling that I would pass the bluff check better than Han Solo to convince them that, yes, we're stormtroopers. So, yes, we might yet still convince her to just come and visit, because there's nothing wrong, but we need her to visit, because she should visit. We're lonely. When she comes, blah, blah.
Oh, wow.
Alright then, guys. It was short but sweet, and I'll catch you guys in a fortnight.
All right.
Sounds good.
All the best.
Yep.
For now.